Never heard of such a thing.
You're live, so... Hello, everyone! I forgot to do the intro! Oh, I am the absolute worst. Oh no, now you guys get to see me do the intro live. I apologize for this.
We're gonna get sued!
We're gonna get sued. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rusty Quill. I'm so sorry, Annal. I also apologize to Alexander J. Newell. I forgot to read the statement. Okay. Statement Begins is a derivative, non-canonical, fan-made project derived from the Magnus archives, an original podcast which is created and distributed by Rusty Quill Limited. Statement Begins is not endorsed by Rusty Quill Limited, and the Magnus archives is distributed under Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. For more information about the original source material, please visit www.rustyquill.com or use the !links command in our chat box. There are no additional content warnings for this stream.
Did you breathe once?
So quickly. You literally rocketed through that. I'm very impressed because usually you stumble on the exclamation mark, but you didn't. You did
yeah,
that.
Usually I have a bit of a stumble. To be quite honest, I have done this 8-9 times now. So
Just to the point where you've got it memorized. Like...
Not quite memorized, but we're getting there.
I will live for the day that you will just be able to do it off the top of your head. That will be so good.
Yeah. Right. Now we've done that, and I've said there's no additional content warnings. We apologise for the stream being about half an hour late today. Streamlabs was on an update. So, that's why we're late. In other news, we need to have a recap. So, Ebony, would you like to recap what we did last session? And also, I do apologise for last session being very, very disjointed. It is in about 6 parts. So if you have skipped it, I really don't blame you, because it was in a bunch of little bits and pieces.
Yeah, we had a lot of internet issues. I wrote up a summary. It was a very comprehensive summary because I wrote it straight after the session. So hopefully I have everything. All right. So the end of session 7, Yusuf and Ebony were panicking and trauma dumping in a corridor because a bunch of books had gone missing and they don't know where they were. So Yusuf and Ebony are just trying to recover the missing books. They go into the reception area where there's a bunch of boxes of books ready to be sent off to Usher. They're searching through those when Hattie finds them. Ebony immediately tries to lie and cover up what they're doing, and Hattie sees through it, so Ebony's like, fuck it, I might as well tell you the truth. Hattie immediately rats on them because she's a little snitch. Ebony just tells Yusuf to scarp her, and Yusuf does, and goes down to the archives and finds... Oh, God. Angie. Fuck, I was going to call the phone. Sorry.
You know how I feel now when I mix up your character names and your real life names. And I'm like...
Yeah. It's very fun, the cognitive dissonance. Anyway, but we go over to artifact storage. They found a platinum blonde wig that was the owner of which was the last person to be guillotined in the UK.
Not in the UK, in France at the time of...
France.
Yeah, it was basically the most recent guillotine victim of...
France of the Reign of Terror. That
1950, yeah, 1952. Yeah.
1950.
Well, basically, it's like the person who was... Because France didn't abandon the guillotine until, the 70s, 80s, I believe. So people are still being guillotined.
So the most recent guillotine.
1974.
Pardon?
Ooh, fun. Okay.
The most recent guillotining was in 1974, and I know this because it was the same year that Star Wars came out.
Yeah, so
no correlation.
Yeah, people are still being guillotined in France, but that's the wig from the most recent guillotine victim.
Yes, and apparently it sings to the person wearing it, which, sure, okay. That happened. Angie finds Yusuf hiding behind a box in in the archives. And he tells her he's hiding, but not from what, and offers to help with the work. Cyril turns up in the front desk after Hattie's ratted on Ebony, essentially. gives Ebony a telling off so bad that it almost made me cry.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that. I didn't know.
It was harsh. I mean, I was going fucking hard on you at least, but like...
I do apologize. I did feel a bit bad afterwards. I was like, was that too much? Was that a bit much?
No, it's fine. I'm a method actor that goes like very hard for me. But he has banished Ebony to the terrible land of finance. So
in his defense, he's banishing you to finance so that he can 100% clear you from being a book thief. He's not banishing you to finance to like banish you. He's like, you are heavily involved in this because you were the last person with this box, and also you were the first person to report the missing books. If I banish you to finance and books are still disappearing, then you obviously have nothing to do with it unless you have an accomplice.
Point.
So, like...
But also, like, I think at the same time in that explanation, he was like, this is the closest I can get to firing you, and Ebony was like, shit, great, thanks.
Because he's like, I can't, like, put you on suspension or anything because I'm not allowed to, because I don't have the clearance for that. So I'm just gonna have to banish you to finance for a while.
I've been banished to finance for the good of the realm. But yeah, she goes downstairs, decides, fuck it, no one else is going to get me in trouble, goes through the rest of the boxes. Aaron, her friend from the kitchens, comes out and finds her just very upset, gives her an apple and also the address to the storehouse where they're keeping the rest of the books to be sent to Usher. So she has a lead. Ayo. This is a very in-depth explanation. I'm very sorry.
It's okay, because people will probably... I'm not going to lie, if I was watching our stream, I would absolutely skip last episode because of the bullshit
it was a lot of it.
in it.
Anyway, meanwhile, Angie finally caves in the archives and asks what Yusuf is hiding from. Yusuf explains he's hiding from Cyril, doesn't really explain why. Yusuf, Angie promises to check if the coast is clear and goes to the library, finds literally no one, which is a little bit weird. And she returns to find Yusuf extremely freaked out because he just found a trap door that wasn't there before, probably. So, just weird things happen in the archives, apparently.
It is the archives.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, who would have fair.
Quill,
in the Magnus archives, weird things happen in the archives.
He could have found a dog.
I mean, he could have found a dog, but that would have been nicer. I would like a pet dog. Anyway, him and Angie go off to find Rosie and Francis. Cognitive dissonance, god fucking damn it. Yeah. When they get there, they realize they need to find Ebony. Angie searches the cafeteria. Rosie checks the library and still finds no one, which is still really weird. Francis goes to ask Hattie, and Hattie puts out a PA announcement, which finally gets Ebony to rise from the ashes of finance and come back from a shame desk. I don't know.
Yeah, the desk that you're at doesn't have your name on it. It's just kind of like a desk that they've put up for you because, again, you're not meant to be there. It's like, you know, in those old films where they put like the dunce hat on you and they make you sit in the corner, that you've like kind of walked in like, I'm meant to be here now.
The shame desk.
And the finance people are like, alright, sit over there then.
It's like one of those really wobbly fold-up desks.
Yeah,
it kind of jitters every time you lean on one side.
Oh my god!
But yeah, they all return to artifact storage, and Ebony goes off to find Yusuf in research. He's hanging around with a bunch of friends because apparently Yusuf is very sociable and very popular, because of course he is. And the episode ended with us getting ready to go into the trapdoor. Hey.
Yes.
There you go.
I also...
He has a lot of friends because he's hot.
You've slapped that label on him now, have you? You slapped the hot label on Yusuf, I see.
He's hot.
So did everyone.
He's hot emotionally, at least.
You drew him, and you drew him hot. It's your fault.
I did no such thing.
Yes, you did.
I did a sketch of a man.
You
Sketch.
did it to the Spiral Boy too. You know this.
I sketched Tedwood one time. I've also sketched Yusuf
Attractive boy.
one
Spirally
time.
boy. That's
Just,
all we need.
yes. For everyone else, it is Monday the 30th of June. The Usher shipment goes out on Friday, so you've got like a full week of investigativeness. Because it is delayed, so it was meant to go out last Friday, which was the 27th, which was the day after the hospital shenanigans. But it didn't go out that day because